Welcome back, everybody, to Gifties Productions. I'm Smoogers, and I'll be your host today while I play some Risk of Rain. For those of you who don't know, it is a roguelike indie game where you start off as any of these characters. I only have 3 unlocked. I have the Commando, which is what I'll be playing this episode. I unlocked the Enforcer, which I've actually made it to the final level with, surprisingly enough. And the Bandit, which I only played for a few minutes to test sound levels and FPS. But we are going with this character, the Commando. You have 4 different abilities to use. There's your typical auto attack style ability, double tap, shoot twice for 2 times 60 damage. Don't worry too much about these damage values. They're really just numbers. Full Metal Jacket, basically a shotgun style effect where you just fire big ol' damaging shot and knock people back. Tactical Dive, roll, travel slightly faster, and you're vulnerable for a small window of time. And then your sort of ultimate ability, Suppressive Fire, where you shoot either on one side or both sides of you and just attack randomly and stun enemies. But I'm not very good with Commando, so I'm probably going to get about 2 or 3 runs in, because I have yet to make it past the 2nd level with this character. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this game, I'm not very familiar with it either, but I enjoyed it immensely, and I've seen several videos on it, but I don't know what the meta is, or excuse me for that mouse cursor, but I don't know what the meta is, like when to activate the portal to the next level, when to farm for items, what items are better for which characters. I just sort of pick everything up as I can. So for now, we're just looking for the portal, because I think that is the best strategy I found, is to just rush for the portal, and you'll have 90 seconds of downtime while the portal opens, and enemies will continually spawn. Whenever enemies die, they drop a mixture of experience, money, sometimes health. Place a marble gate, teleport back to the gate, activating again. Okay. So once I find the portal, I can place down this gate, and it doesn't matter where I go off to open up chests for items, I can just teleport back to it, which is really convenient. So as you see, not too big of a variety so far on the first level, but things get much more difficult as time goes on, as you see by this indicator on the right side of the screen. As time passes by, difficulty ramps up, and it ramps up. So right now, we're on very easy difficulty, but that can be a bit misleading. The longest I've lasted thus far is about 45 minutes, and that's, like I said, with the Enforcer, which I've made it to the final level. My average run with the Commando is probably about 15 minutes, actually. Can usually get to the 2nd level, but can't say much past that. But I am currently using the Xbox controller. I don't know if there's a absolute objective better between keyboard and controller. I just like controller better. And the way using abilities on a controller is kind of wonky. So my auto attack style ability is right trigger, my shotgun knockback is left trigger, my roll is left bumper. Oh, the portal's not here, that's really depressing. And my sort of ultimate finisher style is right bumper. and jump with A, use my use item down here with B, swap it out my use items with W, and X is my general activate ability. I didn't have the Fraps FPS little indicator in the top right, or the top left, so I can't actually see how much money I have very easily. I just sort of have to guesstimate. I think I have 18 right now, but yeah. Really hope I didn't just pass up the... Oh, there it is. There's the portal. Now we'll have 90 seconds of downtime to wait for this to open, and it will also summon a boss. This time we have the Colossus, which isn't all that bad. He's a pretty chill dude. I'm still getting used to the controls, but oh god. So a lot of times if you see me roll around and it's sort of an awkward time for me to roll around, I'm actually trying to, well, there we go. I'm actually trying to use my sort of shotgun blast. Yeah, that's basically how my commando runs go. I'm not good at all with dodging, but hey, it'll come with practice. I'm not quite sure how to get that artifact. I think it's an artifact, but my guess is that you get an item that lets you jump a little bit higher so you can make it on this ledge, and maybe this is like a false wall and you can just walk through it, but again, I don't actually know. So there are different level layouts for each level. Like first level has 2 different layouts, second level has 2 different possible layouts, and with each layout is different number of bosses that are possible on that layout. For this one there are 3. There's the Colossus, which you just saw. There is the Wandering Vagrant, which is, I don't know if you noticed the jellyfish that attacked me near the end, but the Wandering Vagrant is basically a giant jellyfish that just walks up, and it won't hurt you on contact like the smaller jellyfish do, but okay, I wasn't quite sure which one I would get out of that, but Bitterroot's not a bad item, 8% max health. But the Wandering Vagrant, it attacks you by launching these small sort of balls, spheres at you that damage you for a good amount. They're pretty easy to dodge though, so it's not too bad. And I'm just looking for the teleporter again. Want to get to second level as fast as I can, even though that means sacrificing farming for items. But oh well. And the last boss variant for the first and I think the second levels as well is, oh yeah, magma worm. Magma worm's pretty bad usually. It's literally a lava worm that erupts from the ground, launches way in the air, comes back down, and hurts on contact because that's its only attack. But again, we found the teleporter, so I'm just gonna try and survive for 90 seconds, and this time you get to see a Wandering Vagrant. It'd be cool if I get through 3 runs, and on each run you get to see all 3 different boss variants. See, for whenever you're fighting bosses or hordes of crowds, having a nice long flat strip of land is incredibly helpful. See, smaller jellyfish, those will actually hurt me on contact. Yeah. There's actually an achievement for activating the 3rd portal. That means beating the 1st level, beating the 2nd level, and then just activating the portal on the 3rd level. and getting that far without taking damage as the commando. Now, I'm not taking damage right now, or at least not very much, but I am nowhere near good enough to do that at any point. Although, I've only played this for about 2 hours, so I mean, I can't complain. Maybe I'll just reach that point of skill level at a time. Nozzle. Best served cold. Nematocyst nozzle. So I'm guessing that's sort of a freezing effect for... Oh, that's cool. So it launches sort of the Wandering Vagrant's sort of spheres. I couldn't really tell if it also had a sort of freezing effect to it, but that might just be sort of flavor text to it. Now I think I have about... Okay, I have like 75 gold left. Attack faster at lower health. Actually gonna use one of these shrines. Use twice. Guardian Heart. Gain a shield for 60 damage whenever I'm out of combat. So whenever you use a shrine, you have a percentage chance to win an item. Sort of like a lottery style. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so good. I'm just gonna sit here and let my stuff recharge real quick. Alright. This isn't too bad strats, but it's maybe not all that entertaining. Oh well. I'm trying not to die for once. Okay, good. He can get out. That would have been a pretty poopy spot to have to fight this guy. Alright. I have one enemy left, but I wanted to come down here anyway. I actually don't like that item at all. I've never used it, so I don't know how much damage it does, but I just don't like it conceptually. I don't know what it's called. I don't know item names very well, but its ability is it's a use item, so it would take up my sort of spherical. Oh my god, that one's actually pretty good. But the one that I left down there, you drop half of your current gold, which right now I have, I think, 54. Yeah. Oh my god, so many use items. I don't actually know what this one does. Throw a something brain. Alright, that's kind of cute. I'm guessing it damages on contact, but this key here, which it just disappeared because I didn't pick it up, it opens every chest on screen. So if I used it here, it would have opened both of these chests if I didn't do so prior. But I like having my damage, so, and once I finish a level, I usually don't seem too scarce of gold. That's not actually how you use that word, but I'm using it that way anyway. So Sky Meadow. I think for second level variants, there is this level, which is Sky Meadow, and sort of a snowy tundra with a sky bridge. And I have to say, I like the sky. Oh, sneaky little crate. I like the sky bridge level a bit better, just because sometimes the bridge is broken, but whenever it's not, you have a bridge that literally spans the entire map. I thought I could pass through there, but apparently not. And as I had the large flat piece of area of the map last time when fighting the giant jellyfish, I would have basically had that except across the entire map, which is pretty nice. Now, same old routine, trying to find the... Oh, teleporter's right there. That's convenient. Now, I don't actually know where a good spot to fight the boss is on this map. Magmorm. Alright, yeah, you get to see the Magmorm at least. Didn't actually hit the worm with that. That's kind of depressing. Oh well. Yeah, I'm still gonna die here. I need to get out. Oh my god, they're following me. Yeah, I'm dead. There we go. It was better than my first run. I mean... whoops. I meant to start a stopwatch whenever I started recording, but... oh well. I've been going for about 15 minutes based on the last text message I sent. So I'm gonna do one more run. Hopefully this one lasts at least a good 5 minutes, so that this is a decent sized video. I mean, it's an alright size right now, but I'd like it to be a little bit longer for you guys. Alright. Thought I could reach that, apparently not. Maybe I'm just bad at jumping. Seem to be pretty bad at this game already. Except when I'm using the Enforcer, because I think he's a bit OP if you know how to use him right. Although, same might be for Commando, I just don't know how to use him right. So, I probably should have explained this earlier. The little small canisters that are strewn across the map, whenever you open those, it doesn't cost anything to open them. You just walk over, press X, or A if you're using the keyboard. It took me a second there to remember what to use. But whenever you open the small canisters, they let out either gold, experience, health. Yeah, those three. And if you pass one up, there's no reason not to pick it up, so they're pretty nice. I need to figure out like a decent place to put this mouse cursor, but oh well. Not quite sure what the 60F in the bottom right is. I'm not sure if that'll show in the video or not, but it might be frames because it drops down to like 56 every now and then. But I'm also recording in 90 frames, so I'm not quite sure. We, on Gifty's Productions, we usually record our videos just in 30 because it looks nice enough. But whenever I try to record this game in 30, I just tried to use my right bumper ability, but I had nothing to shoot, so I didn't actually shoot anything, I don't think. But whenever I try to record Risk of Rain in 30 frames, for some reason it dropped to like 10. And so I bumped it up to about 40, see if that helped, and it went up a little bit, maybe to about 13 frames. So I was like, okay, what if I put it up to 60? And that started looking a lot better, so I just bumped it up to 90 because that's what I was sitting at before I started recording. And it worked flawlessly, so I don't know what's up with that. Usually your frame rate goes down when you record in higher ones. Nope, I died again. Nope. Only about 3 minutes, so, you know. Stuff happens again, yeah. So, scores and unlockables. So as you can see, I played 11 games as Commando, as opposed to my 1 as the Enforcer. But that 1 was where I made it to the last level. And you've seen how poor I play with the Commando, so that's why I think the Enforcer is a bit of a better character. No, just some stats. I mean, I'm just showing things off. Here's a list of built-in challenges and achievements. I'm not sure if every single one of these corresponds to a Steam achievement, but if you flip through, here's how you unlock different characters. I got the Enforcer by beating all 3 level 1 variants of the bosses. And each character has their own 2 special achievements tied to them. And here's how I unlocked the Bandit, which I've never actually played so far. I only used it for a few minutes in testing. And there are about 6 characters left for me to unlock or so. Yeah, I think 6, maybe 7. But, whoops, I accidentally clicked on different window. But anyway, yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode. So, if you liked the video, make sure to like. If you didn't, just go ahead and dislike. So, I know feedback. Just, if you want to get in contact, email us at giftiesproductions@gmail.com, or head over to our Reddit, which is the same, title. And look us up on Facebook, follow us, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out in spreading out the channel. We also do bi-weekly podcasts, so if you'd like to check in on those, that'd be cool. But anyway, I think that about wraps it up for this episode. This is Smoogers, signing out. Later.